And based off of what you're seeing, does it appear that most locals have a feeling that is those two are different? Bad Bunny is a local. He was born and raised here. He is using what locals can use versus what has been called Act 22. This is just an outsider thing.
Yeah, so I've seen all kinds of different opinions and reactions online. What I will say is that in my recent work, I focus on Act 22, the individual investor incentive, because that is the one that we've seen a tie between Act 22 and displacement and gentrification. So part of my work has been to analyze the properties bought in a specific place and see how many of those were bought by Act 22 beneficiaries. So when I talk about incentives, my work is not focused on who has incentives, who doesn't, who's good and who's bad. It's more about whether these incentives are having an effect on displacement and gentrification. And with Act 22, when we analyzed a neighborhood in Puerto Rico and San Juan, what we found is that a lot of people that came to Puerto Rico through Act 22 have been buying a lot of property. And in some of those cases, they're buying entire buildings and asking everyone living there to move out because they have different plans for that building.
And Bianca, I want to leave it kind of on two notes. One, if you are interested in this situation, and you should be, you should definitely follow Bianca, and I'm going to link to her different accounts. But two, is there a final thing that I would want to do the same thing, open the floor to you. Is there a final thing that you would like to say?
That my work focuses on the connection between these incentives with displacement. You know, as a reporter, I'm not here to make a judgment about whether the incentive is good or bad, but I will say that as a Puerto Rican, I do not want to see local Puerto Ricans pushed out of their land. I do not want to see them get letters that say you have to move out in 30 days because someone who came here through an incentive invited by the government has now bought your building. And because they have a profit motive, now you have to move out and you'll have a hard time finding a place to live. That's the part I'm most interested in. And that's what I focus my work on.
Bianca, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
As Brown